In the book, you also tell the unfortunate story of Robin Williams.
Well, it is just such a good point. I was trying to think what would be a cautionary tale that people could relate to. So over the last year, while I've been speaking everywhere in the world, I've been, in Australia, Sydney, Australia, I've been in Beijing, I've been in Tokyo, I've been in LA, I've been all over the world, Peru. And all the places I go on, I ask people a simple question. I say, how many of you in this room loved Robin Williams? I don't say liked him. I say, if you liked him, don't raise your hand. But if you really love this guy, you didn't know him, right? 98% of the room raises their hand. I mean, all over the world.
He's a beloved guy.
Totally beloved guy. Tens of thousands of people everywhere, right? So I say, okay, here's my question. Was he an overachiever? Was he a master of the science of achievement? And most people nod their head and say, well, let's look at it. Everyone goes to Hollywood thinking they're going to be a star. Almost nobody does. Mm-hmm. He decided he was going to be a TV star. He was going to have his own show. He did it. Then he decided, I'm going to have the #1 show. He did it. And some people are old enough to remember the name Mork and Mindy. That was it, right? Then he said, you know what? I want to have the most magnificent family I love and loves me. And he did it. Then he said, I want to make more money than I could spend. And he did it. Then he said, I want to make movies. TV's easy. I want to make movies. Then he said, I want to win an Academy Award, but Richard, for not being funny, which is his #1 skill. And he did it. He won a dramatic, Academy Award. And then he hung himself. I mean, how do you explain that? I mean, here's a man who's loved by tens of millions of people all over the earth. I mean, really loved him. He lit everybody up except himself. And he left so many people shocked, and worse than that, his children and his wife, you can only imagine what they've been through. And he was a good man, a really good man. But he suffered for decades because he succeeded. But clearly the suffering was there. The suffering was why he did cocaine. It's why he drank alcohol to extreme. It's why he did the things he did. And then in the end, he had a disease, but his body was worn out. So I look at this and I say, look, I know you're not watching, you're not going to go commit suicide, but most of us live a life where we succeed, but we're not totally fulfilled. And to me, that's a travesty. And maybe the beauty of what we can learn from Robin Williams is, when you get on an airplane, one of the first things they do is they say to you, if there's a lack of oxygen and the mask comes down, put it on your kid first. No, they say put it on yourself first. Sounds so selfish. But the reason is if you don't take care of you, you can't help your kid. Well, the same thing's true. If you can't be fulfilled, then you're not really going to be helping anybody else long term. And so my mindset has been to help people end suffering.